Hi, everyone. We're about halfway through. Is everyone ready for another 10 Ignite talks? Um, should I? I can start whenever you're ready. My name is Bryan, and I work on well, I work at the Guardian Project, and I work on a project called InformaCam. It's an app that uses the sensors on your mobile phone to verify and secure your mobile media. And you might be asking, what does that have to do with peace building? Well, let's take a look at our mobile phones. Probably everyone in here has a mobile phone. You use it to take pictures of yourself, of your family and friends, of your cats. And it's probably your most basic tool. And it's probably the best camera that you have because it's a camera that you keep with you all the time. Today, I used my phone to figure out how to get here using the GPS. And that's because mobile phones have a bunch of sensors in them, sensors that tell you a bunch of information, including where you are. But there are other sensors in the phone as well, sensors that tell you the temperature, the elevation, where Wi-Fi hotspots are, Bluetooth, and all of this information is collected, and it's basically just metadata. And for the most part, this metadata is benign. It doesn't hurt or harm you. You can use it to get from point A to point B, and mobile phone companies use it to figure out how much you owe them when they charge you every month. But metadata has been getting a bad rap because of the NSA, and people think it's kind of spooky. But it's just data, and it's your data, not the NSA's, and not your mobile phone company. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get people to get control back over their metadata and use it for things that they care about in conjunction with the photos and videos that they collect, and use it for things like legal evidence. In the past, evidence was things that you could touch, physical objects like shell casings or weapons like a candlestick in the library. Colonel Mustard, that's the clue thing. But now it's stuff that you can't touch. It's computer files, DNA, metadata. In this photo, there's metadata that tells you where and when this photo was taken. And this example, the guy on the left, was compromised by metadata. He was fleeing from the police and was interviewed by Vice magazine. They took a photo of him, put it on their website, but forgot to take the GPS metadata, and he ended up getting arrested. Those Vice reporters used an iPhone, and I think the lesson from that example is that metadata will become increasingly important in terms of journalism. And then there's the legal aspects. If you can secure your mobile phone photos and ensure that it hasn't been tampered with, then you can protect the chain of custody, which allows that photo to be introduced into evidence. But journalists are always looking for sensational stories. During Hurricane Sandy, journalists were pulling photos from Facebook showing sharks swimming through New Jersey, obviously fake, but they were passing it off as news. And in this example, it looks like Hurricane Sandy is about to destroy New York City, but it's not, because I'm still here. But a quick search of Google will show you the source material for that image. But a lot of times, journalists don't take the sort of, they don't do the research to see whether something is real or not. But it's not always bad. Sometimes it's fun. Like if you're trying to show people that you have a cool car. But other times, people manipulate images to sway public opinion, and it's basically propaganda. What if there was a way to develop some sort of common language around how to determine whether something was authentic or not? if you could validate a photo, it would go a long way to figure out, to show you whether or not something actually took place. And I think that's ultimately the relationship between InformaCam and peace building, because without accountability, you really can't have any peace, no real peace. And I'm not a religious person, but in my research, I kept coming across this phrase, which is actually a paraphrase of a Bible verse from Isaiah. And I think it represents a sort of deep cultural idea that without accountability and justice, there can't be any real or lasting peace. And I'm hoping that the work that we're doing with InformaCam helps in some small way in that process of peace building. Thanks.